Today is going to be completely off the cuff episode, not planned at all, completely made up as I go along, talking about some stuff, some nonsense, as per usual really. Let's see. Such a gorgeous day today though. I thought I'd come out to the country area thing, still don't know what it's called. Come here and take in the beautiful sights. And it's actually a sort of a, I suppose, photographer's nightmare at the moment, because there's beautiful sun, so it's super bright, but then there's shade, so trying to get the actual white balance and colour correct is different, as you'll see as I walk into this little clearing. And now it's completely washed out. The light now is completely disappeared. It's an amazingly chilled out place, as you can see. It's absolutely stunning. If I can find some sort of light. Why is it important to be happy? I suppose that's quite an obvious question. Everyone wants to be happy ultimately, but I think it's what I'm talking about more is the more, are you truly happy? It's not just, you know, I'm happy today because I woke up and I've got a car park space at work or whatever, but it's the whole kind of concept of, is there something that's kind of niggling away? Are you stuck in a situation that you don't necessarily want to be in, but you feel obliged to be in? Or are you just free? Are you truly happy and free? By that I mean, can you do what you want, when you want, how you want, with whom you want? And that's a very difficult one, because I think very few people can, because just natural constrictions of, you know, job and family and things like that. But I think the things that maybe stop you from doing that, it's important to recognize what they are and whether or not you can actually do something about them, or whether or not you are kind of a slave to those things. What do I mean by slave to those things? Well, it's basically things that you can change. They're easy, that's obvious. So what things really kind of hold you back, stop you being that happy way of being? Things like relationships. If you're stuck in a relationship that you're not happy with, and this happens a lot, then it's certainly possible to sort of leave that relationship. Now obviously some things are harder than others, depending on how long the relationship's been in, depends if you're married, kids, mortgage, etc. But ultimately, you know, it is possible to get, you know, away from that relationship if it's not making you happy. And ultimately I think you should, if you're not getting 100% kind of fulfillment from that, then you owe it to yourself and to the other person to kind of have a discussion about it, because the longer that kind of goes on and there's that some degree of resentment or some degree of unhappiness, maybe one side or maybe both sides, it's not ever going to help the situation. It's not going to get any better, and if anything it's going to get worse, and you might end up just hating each other. Whereas if you kind of address it early on, then, not saying it's necessarily a happy outcome, but it's ultimately a happier outcome in the long run. That's one thing. If you're not happy in a job, or you're just doing it because you feel you ought to, because you feel it pays the bills and it's comfortable, not necessarily a good reason to stay in that job just because it's comfortable and it's secure as a job can be these days. Because if you're waking up in the morning or on a Sunday night going,
oh God, you know, I just do not want to go to that job tomorrow, I'm not looking forward to it.
You spend so much more of your time doing your job than you're kind of outside the job, that you've got to enjoy, you've got to love it. And if you don't, then change it. I'm not saying it's you just leave your job and find another one like that. It's not, the economy's anywhere is not like that. But you start looking. And also the whole idea of doing something on your own, setting up your own part-time side business or something to maybe work on that, to build that up, so you've got something you can then leave your job and do something you truly love doing. But there's so many things you can change. Ultimately you can pretty much change everything, but some things are just super easy, some things are much more complicated from a logistics or emotional perspective, and that's where it sort of comes down to, and that's where that kind of comfort zone concept comes in, because it's often easier to stay in a situation that you don't like, but it's comfort, it's your comfort level, it's your comfort zone, and changing out of that is kind of branching out, and that's scary. And you know, as humans, it's said that we fear change, but I think it's more we find discomfort in change. And so any change to the status quo is difficult, and it's hard, and it's uncomfortable, and it does take a degree of courage and effort and courage. all of them, to actually make that change out of the situation. And that's where that sort of strength of character or resilience kind of comes in. But ultimately, you've got to really look at it a bit more objectively and go,
well, okay, you know, I'm not happy. This is going to be uncomfortable. This is going to be, you know, awkward and probably horrible for a short period of time. But ultimately, long term, in the bigger picture, it's the best thing to do.
That's where you've just got to sort of separate and look very objectively at it, rather than just see it for what it is. Because it's easy, as I said, to stay in a job, to stay in a relationship, to stay in a club or something, because that's what everyone around you is doing, and that's just normal. It's comfortable. That's not happiness. Comfortable is not happiness. One thing I want to bring to this, apart from sort of profit from your passion and do stuff you like, is ultimately never ever settle. Do not settle for second best. You have one life and that's it. And why settle? Why compromise just to have a crappy up life when you can have the best life doing what you want? Again, not at the expense of other people, with other people, embracing it, but don't settle for do something. You know, if you're not happy with something, change it. Do not put up with a crappy relationship, job, hobby, whatever it is. Just change it. You've got the power to change it. There's no excuses like I can't, I don't have enough money or time and any of that. Change it. Make a decision, change it. Do not complain and make zero effort to change it. If you complain, then you've got to be on that path to change it, whatever that is. And it's often a lot easier than you think. It's just that comfort zone barrier that you have to get over in order to move through that into the kind of much better life. And that's difficult. I totally appreciate that, and that's why I'm kind of hopefully can inspire someone, even one person, just to go, no, I want to change. I'm not going to settle for this mediocre life, and then just live the best life I can. And if that's you, I really truly wish you all the strength and courage and best to making that change. And you know, if it's someone you know that might be in that situation, you know, share it with them, because sometimes you just need one person just to sort of help you or be in your corner and just say, look, you know, I'm with you, you can do this. And it may sound cheesy, possibly, who gives a fuck? If you need that push, that helping hand, then I'm here to inspire. And that's the whole intention of this channel, is to inspire you to live a great life and just live the best life you possibly can, doing what you love to do with the people you love in the place you love. Simple as that. And if that means making money, happy days. If it doesn't, happy days. As long as you're having the best life, that's the main point. So leave a comment below. Are you really leading your dream ultimate life, or are there still things that are kind of holding you back? And then what are they? And then why aren't you changing them? It sounds simple because it is simple. We as humans make everything so complicated all the time. We add in complications and reasons and excuses why we can't do stuff without ever attempting to change things. If you've tried something out and it hasn't worked, fine. You've tried that didn't work that time. But then you try it in a different way, and I'll try it in a different way. If you really want to do it, you'll do it. So stop with the excuses, take action, and do it, because why not? Why the not? So that's it for today. I hope you got some value from this and enjoyed this video. I love making them, and it's nice to be outside again. If you did, don't forget, as always, smash that like button till it's nice and blue, but there's nothing blue here, so I can't really say blue. The sky is actually quite blue, it's lovely. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I really would appreciate it. If you're watching these and getting value, then please subscribe, it means the world to me. Still sitting at 196, need that magic 200 to sort of hit that kind of milestone. That would be amazing. But for now, I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for coming along. Bye-bye. Thanks again for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do so down here, and check out my other video down here. And remember, live your best life and profit from that passion. See you next time. Bye-bye.